I did on my own, alone again. Naturally, to think that only yesterday I was cheerful, bright and gay, looking forward to what wouldn't do for all I was about.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Alone Again, the podcast. And today is a very special episode of this podcast because I want to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. High school. Are you in high school? I bet you are, I guess. Well, any school counts as long as you're getting educated by teachers. But I want to go off on something different. See, I had a lot to go through in high school. And with that, I had to go with a lot of differences and had to overcome challenges in my way. I hope that everyone can relate to what I could say, because when you're in high school, you have to balance yourself being a teenager and trying to be educated in said high school. I guess the most relatable one I could think of is my problems with Filipino and math, because for math, I just can't really understand it. I find the whole fractions and, trying to think about all the ideas in my head and memorizing all of them, it's pretty much a pain, don't you think? Trying to memorize everything and trying to write it down and trying to pass that exam with all of those ideas combined. It's very hard, but luckily I have my sister who is very knowledgeable in math. And for Filipino, well, that's a personal problem. I can understand Filipino, but I can't speak it. I bet there's a lot of people who have the same problem as I do, understanding Filipino but can't speak the language. Thankfully, my parents understand that I cannot speak Filipino, only a little, and with that, my teachers also understand. So they enrolled me to this class where I will be taught Filipino by one of my teachers. So I'm guessing my problems with math and Filipino might be dwindled. But what about socialization? Because even though school as a whole is about educating people and learning about new things and giving them career opportunities, it's also about socialization and trying to fit in with other people. And even though I don't care much about other students, I do have annoyances that lived on to me while in high school. Mostly because I am a picky person when it comes to friends and students. I can't really go along or get along with other people because I've been isolated ever since the COVID pandemic and other such things. Personal and psychological things mostly. Now I hope that the people listening to this can understand my story and, can relate to it also, again, relating. Because even though mental health can't be handled with by school, it can be handled by your family, your friends, if you have any, or just trying to tell to yourself, you can do this, you can clear those annoyances, clear anything in your brain that's at least negative, and try to focus on what is, right. What is, you have to go straight to the path. I could give out some morals. First off is your parents. Parents are good. Talk to your parents and, warn them about anything wrong with school. Talk to them if there's anything that you want, anything you got a need for school activities. Guidance counselors and teachers, you can also talk to them like parents because they are your parents. And for friends, students, you can also talk to them, communicate with them about problems. They can relate to you and they can help you with such things as activities and trying to cope up with mental problems. As for socializing, on the other hand, I can't really help with that because, again, it's a personal problem. It's a problem that affects all of us, even me, because I've tried to socialize with everyone, but in return, I'm kind of now a antisocial person. I'm kind of an introvert, if you say, extrovert, introvert, ambivert. I'm an ambivert actually. Someone who likes to go out with people, but also doesn't go out with people. And that's okay because, school is about, trying to be with everyone. And not trying to be friends with everyone, but it's about, setting aside our differences and just saying, you know what, we're okay. And isn't that how, being good to yourself works? Because if you weren't good to yourself in the first place, then you would have thoughts of like self-hatred and pity and jealousy and every other thing that is like, bad. Keeping up with yourself is probably the greatest thing about humanity. Having a good mindset when it comes to high school in your teenage years is probably a good thing. Trying to like, warn others, trying to help others, trying to, set aside differences, trying to chill yourself down and, being one with the experience, it's all a part of, helping yourself be with high school as a teenager because all of that helps you succeed in not only high school but in life itself. As you begin to like try to socialize or maybe like think about yourself as a good person and try to overcome all those challenges, you can become a better person in your own right and exceed in what job you do, what profession you do, what kind of thing you want to do, and help yourself with everything that I've said. You can do all of that. Anyways, that's all the time I have to say. See you next time, where I'm going to talk more about high school. Until next time, later. This is me signing off.
Alone again, naturally.